What's up guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be taking a look at my arrangement of Find You Again by Mark Ronson and Camila Cabello. If you haven't seen the full version, click the link above or in the description below. In terms of fingerstyle arrangements, I would say this one is beginner to intermediate level. You're in standard tuning, but you'll need a capo for the 3rd fret. And if you're ready, let's get started. Alright guys, so we're in standard tuning. You will need a capo for the 3rd fret, just like that. This is going to be the 1st string, this will be the 6th string. So I'll put the tab along the bottom for you. This song is actually pretty simple in structure. We've only got 3 chords all the way through, which are an F, a G, and an A minor. So let's jump straight in at the start of the song. The first bar is like this. Okay, so there's some slides going on there, and we actually start before that first bar with that pull off, as you can see on the tab below. So we're starting on the 2nd string, pull off, from the 1st fret to open, and then we're into an F chord. So I get into this position, got my 3 fingers here on the first 3 frets on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, and then my thumb over the top of that bass note. And you're going to do a finger roll on strings 3, 4, and 6. Then on the 2nd string we've got open, then the 1st fret. Then we're coming up for the 1st slide. The way I like to do this one is I bring my middle finger, or my 2nd finger, down here onto the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, and I slide that up to the 6th fret. As you land there, you want to get that bass note, like that, because that bass note, we're on the 3rd beat there. Then the next note is an open 1st. Then we're taking this 3rd finger, that's here, up onto the 7th fret, so just 1 ahead of here, on the 3rd string, that note there, and we're going to slide that down 2 frets. Okay, so I like to keep all these notes separately, so on the 2nd string we're doing 3 to 6, 1st string we're just hitting open, and then 3rd string we're sliding down 7 to 5. So that way, all those notes can ring out, so it should sound like this. And you can still hear all those notes going on. Okay, so that's the 1st bar. Then we're going into this. Another quite simple bar. This is a G into an A minor. So for the G, I've only got my bass note held down here on the 6th string, 3rd fret. I'm going to do a finger roll on that one, and 2 and 3 open. Then on the 2nd string we've got 1, 3. Then to the A minor. It's like an A minor sound because you're taking the finger off, so I'm only doing the finger roll on the first 3 strings and the 5th string bass note. Then we're hitting 3rd string open, then 4th string. 4th string should be here on the 2nd fret. Then we're doing a little pull off at the end there, on the 2nd string, 1st fret to open. Okay, so that bar. The next one, that's exactly the same as the 1st bar. So you should know that one. Next bar after that. This this one is nearly the same as the second bar. So we're going G to an A minor again. That's all the same, but instead of going, we're going to be going, okay, so from that G to the A minor, and then we hit that second string again, which is on the first fret. Then we're going to do a hammer-on the first fret to the third fret on the first string. So the way I like to do that is bend that finger down, kind of like you're barring it, to get that first fret, and then just hammer on to the third fret on the first string. Like that. It's a little bit uncomfortable, but I find that was the kind of easiest way to do that. Next bar. Okay, so we're back on the F now. So make that F shape that we had at the start. Do a finger roll on strings 2, 3, and 6. Then hit strings 3, 4, 3. Then on the first string, we got that hammer on again. So I just flatten that finger down there, so you can get that first fret, then up to the third. Next bar. This one's a little bit trickier. We're on that G. This time you got this finger held down here on the second string, third fret. Finger roll 2, 3, and 6. Then we're playing strings 4, 3, hammer on the first string, open to the first fret. Then we're into A minor. This one's going to be a full A minor. So there's a regular A minor, and we're going to finger roll on the first 3 strings and the bass note. Then hit 4, which is still on the second fret here. Then we've got 2 hammer-ons. The first one is going to be on the second string, 1 to 3. And then we're on the first string, 0 to 1. So that bar. Next one. So we're into an F again. Got that bass note first. Then open first. Then we're doing a pull off. So you should have your finger here already, and you're just going to add this finger that's free onto the third fret of the second string, and you're going to do pull off, which will make it land on the first fret of the second string here. Then, holding this F, we're just doing a finger roll again, 2, 3, and 6. Then, putting this finger back on and sliding up to the 5th fret on the 3rd fret. Then hitting open first. It's the same note as that one, but it's just nice to have both ringing out. So that next bar, after you've done the slide up, keep this shape that you've got for the F. So you're using that, sliding up here. Then your bass note should be on the 3rd fret because you've gone up 2 frets here. Hit that G bass note. Then take this finger off and hit strings 2, 3, and 4. So they should be on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th frets of the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. Then, coming up here to this chord, which is just an A minor but in a bar chord form. So I've got this fret barred, 5th fret, and I've got one finger here on the 7th fret of the 4th string, and we're hitting strings 2, 3, 4, and 6. Then we're going back down here for a slide. 2nd string, 3rd fret to 5th fret. Then back to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string. as you land there, you can do a little slap there. We're going to be doing that in the next section a lot, but I start it a little bit early here. And then it's just open first twice. Okay, so this part is not too difficult to play once you work your way through all the bars. So we'll play it from the start. Okay, so that was the chorus. Now we're getting into the first verse. The first bar is like this. So we've got some strumming in there. We're just in this F chord that we had for the chorus, but we've added this finger here, which is the melody note on the first string, 3rd fret. So holding that shape, we're gonna hit the bass note, followed by 2, 3, and 4 together. Then we're on the second beat, so we bring in a slap. These slaps are going to be on the 2nd and 4th beat of each bar. You want to use your heel of a hand for that. It's on the 6th string. As you do the slap, you want to do a strum on the first 3 strings here, and you're going to go down, up, up. After that last up strum, you want to mute those strings. You want to lift your fingers off here slightly, or you can rest your hand down here to mute them. But you just don't want them to ring out like that. Okay, so after that, we got the bass note again, followed by the 4th beat slap, and you want to try and do a little strum just on these 2 strings, the 2nd and 3rd. So I would normally lift my finger off here at that point, and then you get that bass note again. So that bar. For the next bar, we're following the same kind of structure, but for the G to A minor. So starting on the G, we've got the bass note up here, and then we've got the same melody note here that we used before, 1st string, 3rd fret. You're going to hit the bass note, followed by 4th open, and then same up and down strums. But at this point, we're changing chord to the A minor. So instead of that F where it just stayed the same, the bass note is now going to be open 5th, and you're going to do the same thing. So bass note, slap, and try and hit these 2 strings, and then bass note again. Alright, so I'll play those 2 bars together. For the next bar, we just repeat that F. But the 4th bar changes. It sounds like this. So that sounds a little bit like the chorus. We've got a couple of slides going on. Starting in a G. Hit that bass note, followed by open 3rd. Then open 3rd again, but with the slap. So you want to curl your hand up, use your nails to try and hit that 3rd string open, and then hammer on to the 2nd fret. Like that. Then we're doing the same slide as before. Slide from the 3rd up to the 6th fret on the 2nd string. And when you land, hit that open A minor, so the open 5th string. Once you get there, I tend to use my 2nd finger for this. So then you drop this 1st finger down here, and you can use this finger up there. So once you get to that 6th fret, you drop that finger down to the 5th fret, play that note, then bring your 3rd finger up here, just like the chorus, to the 7th fret on the 3rd string, and slide down to the 5th fret. You've also got the slap there as well. The next bar is just a repetition on that F from the start. This next bar changes slightly. It sounds like this. Okay, so this is just G to A minor again, but we're using the kind of bar chord form. So barring this 3rd fret, adding your finger on here to the 5th fret, 4th string. We're gonna hit bass note, 4th, then add your 4th finger down here onto the 1st string, 5th fret, and you're gonna hit that with a slap. As you do that, you want to do a pull off to the 3rd fret. It should be barred down here. Once you get that, move this finger up here to the 6th fret. You want to hit that note. Then, moving this bar up here to the 5th fret, you want to hit the 2nd, 3rd, and 6th strings all barred on the 5th fret. Once you get that, put this finger, your 2nd finger, down here onto the 2nd string, 6th fret, and you want to use your 4th finger here on the 8th fret of the 2nd string and do a pull off there, 8 to 6. Then we've got the slap. You move back down and you hit that 2nd string, 1st fret. So that bar is a little bit tricky. You want to play it slowly first without any slaps. So it sounds like that. Okay, so that's probably the hardest bar of this section. The next one, just another repetition on that F, same as before. This is the last bar of this section. It's a little bit easier than that previous bar. Sounds like this. So we're starting on that G, bass note, open strings, 3rd and 4th. So 1's there, again with the slap, again, then we change to the A minor. So we're starting in an A minor 7 shape. So lift this finger off. Then you're going to hit strings 3, 4, and 5 together. So 3 is open, 5 is open, 4 is on the 2nd fret. Do a finger roll on those ones. As you do that, hammer on this finger to make the full A minor shape. Then we're doing slap and hit that 1st string and then hit it again by itself. Alright, then we're into the pre-chorus. Alright guys, so this section is the pre-chorus. It's probably one of the easier sections. We mainly keep to our major chord shapes. The first bar sounds like this. Okay, so nice and easy. If you play other fingerstyle songs, you should pick this up fairly quickly. In that F shape, bass note, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, slap, strain for that bass note again, 4th string, bass note, take your 2nd finger off at that point, then do the slap on the 4th beat and hit that string that's open and do a hammer on back onto the 2nd fret. Then hit the 2nd string, which should still be on the 1st fret. So the only finger move you need to do there with your left hand is taking that finger off for 1 and then putting it back on. So I'll play that bar slowly so you kind of get the idea of the rhythm. Okay, the next bar, G to A minor, remember? This one is nice and easy as well. Starting in this G shape, so we've got the bass note and then we've got a finger down here on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. Finger roll on the first 3 strings and the 6th string. The melody goes there onto the 1st string, 1st fret. Then back off to open and then 2nd string, 3rd fret. Remember, we've got that slap in there on the 2nd beat. Then changing chords, so you change your finger position to an A minor 7. So it's A minor, take this finger off. Hit that bass note, followed by 2 and 3, then the slap, and you want to hit that first string, and then again by itself. Back to the F. This bar is just the same as before. So that's the thing about this section, it just repeats from the F to the G, A minor, with only slight variations each time. So that F was exactly the same as before. Now for the G to A minor, there's only a slight difference here. It goes a little bit flat and it plays an A for one beat instead of an A minor. So starting off the same. At this point, instead of playing that note, we go down 1 fret to that note. Sounds a little bit off, but it sounds good when you play it in the song. So that's an A chord, so I tend to make the A chord and play the 3rd string as well. Then, after that bass note, come back up here to the 3rd fret on the 2nd string, play that with open 3rd, and then those open 1st notes again, same as before. Then repeat the F stays the same. Then it's the G to A minor again. There's another slight difference in this variation. So you notice it there? That stays the same, so we're still going there. The first time we played that note, the second time we played that note. This time we're going to play 2 notes in that time, and it's going to be open 1st, and then 3rd fret 2nd. From there we've just got the bass note again for A minor. Then 2nd and 3rd strings with the 2nd string held down on the 1st fret, and then those 2 first strings again open. Alright, so let's just play up to that point. Okay, so you can kind of hear the repetition in it. The next bar is just another F. It sounds like this. So it's very similar to the way we've been playing it before. It starts off the same for the first half, then take that finger off, play open 3rd, and then you're just doing that same open 1st notes twice, once with a slap, once by itself. The last bar of this section sounds like this. So that's probably the hardest bar of this section. We're starting in the G shape, but I've got my finger down here as well. 2nd string, 1st fret. So holding that shape, bass note, 2, 3, 4 together, slap, then the melody, we've got a little run. It goes like this. It's a little bit awkward because you're going on the 1st string, 0, 1, 0, then on the 2nd string, 1, 3rd string, 2. And as you come off for that note, that's when you hit that A minor bass note, because we're still changing G to A minor. So it's a little bit tricky to get that. So after you land that last note, you got the slap, and then we're straight into the chorus again. So I'll play through that whole section just once. Okay, so I'll just quickly go over the second chorus, which is about 90% the same as the first chorus. It's just got the slaps, and there's a couple of slight variations. So it sounds a bit like this. So that's a double slap I added in there, as well as the normal slaps. So we start off that second bar the same, G to the A minor. But when you play that A minor, you want to keep those bass notes going. So it's A minor, 2, 3, double slap, bass note. Okay, so for the double slap, I'm just using these fingers on the fretboard with the left hand, and then the second slap's there. Then we're straight in again for another bass note. So it sounds like this. Okay, apart from that, it's pretty much the same. There's a different note here and there, but you can just read the tab and you'll be able to pick that up fairly easily if you can play the first chorus. Okay guys, now we're on to verse 2, which is quite different from verse 1 because the melody changes for every bar. So it's quite difficult in the way that it's hard to memorize every bar. But if you can read the tab, you should be able to skip the section because it's not actually difficult to play. Your left hand doesn't actually move that much. You're just changing to these chords and making sure that you're hitting the right strings. But I'll go through it anyway. The first bar is like this. Okay, so that's just the F chord. We've added this melody note on here. First string, 3rd fret. So we're gonna hit the bass note, followed by 2 and 3, then 1 and 2 with the slap, then 1 and 2 by themselves twice. Bass note, 1 and 2 again, 2 and 3, slap, bass note, 3. Okay, so you're just keeping that shape the whole time and just playing the right strings with your right hand. Next bar. This is the G to A minor. So keeping that G shape with this melody note here, first fret, first string, 3rd fret. We're gonna hit 6, 3, 1, slap, and try and hit that 1st and 2nd strings. Then hit the 1st and 2nd twice, again by themselves. Change into the A minor, but keeping that finger planted there. Gonna hit 1, 2, and 5. Then 1 and 2 by themselves. 2 and 3, slap, bass note. Take that finger off and hit open first. Next bar, back to the F. Okay, so that melody is alternating on the first 2 strings 3 times. So we got bass note and 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd string with the slap, 1st string, 2nd and 6th string together, 1st string, 3rd string. Then you want to lift that finger off the 3rd string and play open 3rd string twice. So you're keeping that hand where it is until the end where you take that finger off. Next, back to the G. Okay, so this one's quite easy as well. On that G with this melody note as usual. 1 and 6. 1st string twice by itself. Slap. 1st string twice by itself again. Then change to the A minor. Keep this finger here on the 1st string. Play the 1st string with the bass note. 1st string again, quickly followed by the 2nd string, which should be on the 1st fret. Slap, 2nd string twice. Okay, so now we're going back to the F again. So there's a little bit of movement here. We're starting in the same F shape. Don't need to worry about the first string this time. We're going to hit 2 and 6, then just the second string. Lift that first finger off so you're leaving open second string, and do a slap and try and hit that one. Then, moving up to the third string, hit that. Third string, bass note, third string, lift your second finger off the third string and hit it open. The rhythm is a little bit difficult there, so that might take you a while to get. But after that, slap, put your finger back onto the second string, first fret, play that twice. Next bar. So this one's not too bad. We've got the G chord, but the melody is here on the second string, first fret. So you're hitting 6 and 2 together, lifting that first finger off, hitting the second string open once, and then again with the slap. Then we do a quick hammer on to get back onto that first fret, second string. Then we're on to the third beat, so we're changing to A minor, bass note, third string twice, which should be on the second fret, slap, take that finger off, third string, and then hammer it back on. Next, back to the F. This one's not too bad, it's just this finger that's moving. So it starts on the third fret. We're gonna hit 1, 3, 6, 3, sorry, 1, then slap, pull off on the first string, like that. Now that finger's off, so we're going to hit open first, twice, then again with the bass note, then move up to the second string, play that one twice, slap, and then the third string twice. Coming to the end now, we've got the G again. So the G is this regular G, but the melody note is here this time. So we're on the third string, second fret. So you want to hit 3 and 6 together, then open second, then the third string again. Slap, third string 3 times, quickly, like that. Then we change to the A minor, and we hit 3 and 5. Lift that finger off the third string and hit it open twice. So that's a little bit difficult. Then we're waiting for a beat into the next bar, which sounds like this. So you can take the slaps off for this bar. So we're just playing the G bass note followed by open third string 3 times. This is the same melody that we had before going into the pre-chorus. Then we're changing to the A minor, doing that hammer on part followed by the open first string twice. Thank you guys for watching that tutorial. If it did help you out, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe below as well, and I'll see you in the next video.